One other word of thanks to the family. When abruptly you're brought into a decision of having to plan a celebration service, I just want to say thank you for the incredible song selection and the strong emphasis on the promises of God that you are sharing today. That's so helpful to us, and I know it must be helpful to each of the family members. The celebration of a believer's life in our Christian culture is often referred to as a memorial service. The word memorial has at its root the concept of remembering, to memorialize, to remember the life. And when it comes to remembering this life, this son and brother and father and friend, uncle, no one could say it better than family members. Oftentimes, family members want to write down a few notes, and I offered that for this family, but they said, no, we'd like to share. And so I'm going to ask some family members to come. In fact, Craig, the brother Craig, and his son Andrew and wife Sharon, why don't you three come, and y'all can go in whatever order you want to, the three of you. Come on up, and then we'll call some other family members up after they share.
"42 years. The actuaries say on the insurance side that average male my brother's age lives somewhere around 84. So the question is, do we dwell on the 42 that he wasn't here, or do we celebrate the 42 he was and the impact that he made? There's many things about my brother that was really special. He was a lot bigger man than me in most all areas. But the three I remember the most is really, he's a wonderful Christian man, number one. Number two, he was a great family man. And number three, those of you that know him, had a great zest for life and a great sense of humor. And I'd like to talk about the first one. Is just a wonderful Christian man. I know that when I was visiting him at the hospital on Monday, as always, I'm usually eating when I'm stressed. I went through the drive-thru at Wendy's, and I got some change back. And God's way of knowing that He's in control and there's a reason. And everybody can see this dollar bill. I've never seen this before. Has a red fish symbolizing Jesus. Let me know I've got him now. And I think nothing happens by accident. For those of you also that may not know, my brother had a couple of websites. And we're going to try to maintain those. On Facebook, I know that one of the sections I've heard many comments from people is that he had a prayer warrior section. And I know I heard that one person got saved there and many people got encouraged. And I encourage you to look at that, his Facebook page. He also had being the computer geek that I loved in him. He had a command station that had a whole lot of Bible verses the way he ended things. And I love the boldness that he had, and certainly wasn't afraid of Jesus, telling other people. But he, good man. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt he was saved. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that he was closer to the Lord than he'd ever been, with everything from Aidan Rogers' Revelation tapes to studying his Word. He got it. He got it. Second thing that really stands out of quality on him, what a great family man. I know Just the way he looked at Denise was really special. He teased her a lot, but she's a saint for putting up with that. I know Allie, those of you may know this, but on his last day, my understanding that maybe he had a premonition of what was going to happen, but told her he loved her 5 times, which was unusual, that many times at least for my brother. I know he spent a lot of one-on-one time with her, and they were very close. So I know he's going to be well missed by her. I told my children, as far as I'm concerned, she's my new daughter. I know he loved Mom. There at the end, probably the last 6 months to a year, he'd call her 4 or 5 times a week and talk to her about an hour in the morning. And made a point to spend with my parents lunch at least once a week. The great son. And my dad, if my dad told him to lay down on a train track and tie him down and say, "There, son," he'd do it for him. He respected him like I do. He was a mama's boy, but he sure was a daddy's boy. As far as a brother, I was talking to somebody that I never saw him depressed. He was always up. He was an encourager. Anytime I needed something, he was there. And I know a lot of you out there that would say the same thing. He always had something good to say. He was always the type of friend that everybody wants. Thirdly, what a zest for life. What a great sense of humor. I was talking to one of his friends, Tang, that was he went to Germantown High School with. He's out having the life out in Colorado in Copper Mountain as a ski instructor. But he was telling me that he did my dad and me a favor when he was younger that we were never aware of. He test drove my dad's company car to check how fast the top end speed of his company car was, and he did the same thing for his big brother and took my Mazda RX-7 and tested the top end on that I wasn't aware of either. I'd actually gone in and when he was in college and his room, and I guess he was a big news fan, junkie, that he had a USA Today newsstand in his room. One day from college it suddenly appeared. That's just, my brother was always, again, a practical joker, great sense of humor. Again, always a zest for life, and just a wonderful human being to be around. So if you kind of sum it up, if I can, with my brother, what a great Christian man. Wonderful, wonderful family man with son, brother, dad, husband. Just loved life. Was a big kid at heart. They say, like the song goes, they take the good ones first, and he was one of those. I was reading my devotional this morning. I highly recommend this if you have a chance to get this, but it's a devotional by Randy Alcorn, and it's titled "Life Promises for Eternity." This appeared today, and there was a story in the verse that I want to conclude with. The story is, heaven then isn't only our future home, it's our home already, waiting over the next hill. If we really grasp the truth, it will have a profound effect on our holiness. No wonder the devil is so intent on keeping us from grasping the grandeur of heaven. We'll be drawn to worship and serve him even more, creating creating ripples in the water that will extend outward for eternity if we really know what's real. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt my brother is there today, which personally helps me cope with the great loss. There's another verse in here on the devotional that, again, I want to end with. Jesus said, "Whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life and will not be condemned. He has crossed over from death to life." And I say my brother lives, and I will see him another day. And he's a great man.